Question number 26 in Plantae Kingdom section. Here the question is based on the life cycle of bryophyte. All the bryophytes, their main plant body is gametophyte. Main plant body is gametophyte, haploid gametophyte. This is the main plant body of bryophyte and it is as main generation. But natural gametophyte produces gamete for the reproduction. Male gamete, haploid, female gamete, haploid. Fertilization takes place inside the neck of archegonium, inside the venter of archegonium. Diploid zygote is formed. From here, sporophytic generation starts. From here, sporophytic generation starts. And this zygote does not form embryo. This zygote does not divide by meiosis immediately. It develops into embryo. It forms embryo. And the embryo develops into sporophyte. Embryo forms sporophyte. And sporophyte is representative of diploid generation. Sporophyte is representative of diploid generation. But it is as alternating generation for shorter duration. Clear and for shorter duration. This is main generation gametophyte and alternate generation, that is sporophyte. It is distinct, clearly visible in bryophyte, though it is dependent on gametophyte. In sporophyte, within sporangium, spore mother cells are present. Spore mother cells are present. They are diploid. They are also diploid. Spore mother cells are present. They are diploid or 2n. They divide by meiosis. One question here again arises. That is, meiosis in bryophyte takes place. Meiosis in bryophyte takes place, answer, at the time of formation of a spore. So again haploidy is there. Spore is formed. This spore is haploid and it germinates. It germinates to form what? Gametophyte. And bryophyte spores are all alike, that is homospores. Bryophyte produces homospores, that is all the spores are one type. And a spore develops into gametophyte. And see this life history. Two generations are there. One is gametophyte and other one is sporophyte, and they are equally represented. They are equally represented and distinct and is clearly visible also. But first one is haploid and alternating generation was diploid. So we use the word haplodiplontic for that. This type of life cycle is haplodiplontic. For bryophyte we use haplodiplontic. Haploid stage is represented by gametophyte, whereas diploid stage is represented by sporophyte. The life cycle is haplodiplontic. In this case we can say the life cycle of bryophyte is haplodiplontic. Which of the following is known as vascular amphibians? First one, vascular, that is presence of true vascular tissue, xylem and phloem. And xylem and phloem are found in pteridophyta, gymnosperm and angiosperm. All three, they have true vascular tissue. That's why they are also called tracheophytes. They are also called tracheophyta. These are all also known as tracheophyta or tracheophyte. But here the question is vascular cryptogames. That is male gamete, they are released in pteridophyte and water. That is, water is essential for sexual reproduction in pteridophytes only, not for gymno and angio. That's why they are called vascular amphibians. In pteridophyte, they have true vascular tissue and they require water for fertilization. Water for fertilization, that's why they are called vascular amphibians. They are reptiles as well because they creep over the surface of soil. They creep over the surface of soil. The answer, correct answer for this question is pteridophyta. 28. First terrestrial plants, but with what? Xylem and phloem. Actually, first terrestrial plants are bryophyte, but they don't have xylem and phloem. First terrestrial plant are bryophyte, but they don't have what? That is xylem and phloem. In pteridophyte, they are also terrestrial, but they possess what? Xylem and phloem. That's why they are called first terrestrial plant with vascular tissue, and in this sense the answer is, if instead of with, without word is given, then answer will be bryophyte. See this one, first terrestrial plant without vascular tissue, then bryophyte, and with vascular tissue, then answer is pteridophyte. 29th, main plant body of pteridophyte. Pterido, gymno and angio, they are all diploid sporophyte. They are all diploid sporophyte. That is a spore producing body. They are all diploid sporophyte. Pteridophyta, gymnosperm as well as angiosperm. So this word is applicable for pterido, gymno and angio. So the answer is diploid sporophyte. Here we can write gymno also, in that case answer is same. If gymnosperm is given word, then answer is same. In case of gymnosperm, the answer is same, that is they are also diploid sporophyte. If instead of gymnosperm, angiosperm is written, then again answer is same. That is main plant body for Bryopterido and gymno, that is sporophyte. And what is a sporophyte? That is spore producing plant, spore forming plant, that is known as sporophyte. 30th question, heterospory. Heterospory, this word itself indicates hetero for odd. The hetero word is for odd, that is different. Production of two types of spore. Production of two types of spore. Production of two types of spore is known as heterospory. Small size spores are called microspores. Small size spores are known as microspores. Larger size spores are called megaspores. They are called megaspores. The smaller one micro, larger one macrospores or megaspores. So heterospory is seen for the first time from pteridophytes. But pteridophytes are mostly homosporous. That is, they produce identical types of spore, but few are heterosporous. But few are heterosporous. So that's why heterospory is seen for the first time in pteridophytes. Gymnosperms, they are heterosporous. Gymnosperms are heterosporous only. Gymnosperms, they are heterosporous only. They are heterosporous. So heterospory is originated from pteridophyte is correct answer. Then seed habit, they do not form true seed, but seed-like habit, that is female gametophyte is retained in the sporophyte for longer duration. It is not fixed for variable periods. Then that gametophyte comes out. Then within that gametophyte fertilization takes place and the embryo is enclosed within the female gametophyte is another feature of seed. That is embryo is found, embryo is located for some time, that is in the female gametophyte. These all structures, all features are concerned with the seed habit, but they do not form true seed. But we can still say heterospory and seed habit both are originated from pteridophytes. Pteridophyte differs from bryophyte. Bryophyte mean plant body, gametophyte, here sporophyte. Second, gametophyte of bryophyte is advanced, but sporophyte is dependent. Here pteridophyte, the sporophyte is independent. Sporophyte is independent sporophyte. Sporophyte independent. Here dependent sporophyte. Here dependent sporophyte. फिर xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem are found in pteridophyte. They are not found in bryophyte. Let's see the points, that is differentiated gametophyte. Differentiated gametophyte. Second is differentiated sporophyte. Third, pteridophytes with true vascular tissue. We have to select the feature of pteridophyte which is not there in the gametophyte. In this case, the presence of true vascular tissue is one. Presence of true vascular tissue is one of them. And second, differentiated sporophyte. So in my view, this answer should be fourth. That is, well differentiated sporophyte and pteridophyte. Second, true vascular tissue. Both are found. Both are found. 32. In pteridophytes, body is differentiated. Pteridophyte sporophyte. Pteridophyta sporophyte. In pteridophytes, sporophyte is differentiated into root, stem and leaves. These are the differentiation of pteridophytes. But Selaginella, in Selaginella, it is a pteridophytic plant. It has root, stem and leaves also, but additional structure rhizophore is present. Additional structure rhizophore is present. Let's see in what, how. This is the basal portion of a sporophyte. This is the basal portion of a sporophyte, and here you see roots. Then this sporophyte bifurcates, that is branched, gives branch. This is the stem portion of a sporophyte. And there is a specialized structure. There is a specialized structure generally originate from the place of bifurcation. Generally originates from the place of bifurcation, and it has roots at the base. This structure is rhizophore, found only in Selaginella, and this structure is concerned as organ sui generis. Organ sui generis. Organ sui generis. That is neither root nor shoot. We can say it neither root nor shoot. That is organ sui generis. For what? Rhizophore. For what? Rhizophore. It is a specialized structure, can't be considered as root or shoot, and it is associated with the Selaginella. So its body has instead of 3, 4 parts. Its body has instead of 3, 4 parts. That is rhizophore is present. Answer is Selaginella. Selaginella is commonly known as little club moss. This plant is also called little club moss. Equisetum, this is commonly known as horsetail. Horsetail. Terrace and dried terrace generally considered as ferns. They are called ferns. Come to the 33rd question. Inconspicuous, small but multi-celled, free-living, mostly photosynthetic, thalloid gametophyte. See this one. Main plant body is sporophyte. Main plant body is sporophyte in Pteridophyta. It is diploid. It is diploid and produces spores by meiosis. It produces spores by meiosis. The sporophyte produces spores by meiosis, and spore on germination produce gametophyte. It produces gametophyte. And this gametophyte is haploid independent multicelled. Let's see its rough structure. Like heart-shaped structure, multicelled structure. That is, these are the different these are the rhizoid associated with. This is green multicelled, and bears sex organ. This gametophyte has reproductive structures antheridia and archegonia. This structure has antheridia and archegonia, and this structure represents the gametophytic generation. It is independent. It is free living, independent, green, photosynthetic. It is in case of bryo also. In bryophyte, it is as main plant body. Here it is as alternating generation. This is the main generation. This is alternating generation. And this structure is known as prothallus. The gametophyte of pteridophyte is known as prothallus. 34th question. Water is required for transfer of antherozoite, that is male gamete. These are male gamete. Release from the antheridia to the mouth of archegonium in. This is seen in pteridophyte. In gymno and angiosperm, they are carried out by the pollen tube. Here pollen tube is the carrier, whereas in pterido, even in bryophyte, water is medium for transfer of male gamete. Water is medium for transfer of male gamete. Transfer of male gamete to the neck of archegonium. Neck of archegonium. Neck of archegonium. Right? So Hans' answer is pteridophytes. In these two cases I have already mentioned, pollen tube is the carrier of male gamete. Answer is pteridophyte. If bryophyte was there, and it will be the answer in that case. So along with pterido, bryophytes also, they need water for the transfer of male gamete or antherozoid. Two kinds of spores are produced. I have already mentioned, that is, bryophytes are homosporous. Bryophytic sporophyte. Sporophyte in bryophyte. Sporophyte in bryophyte is homosporous, produces only one type of spore. Only one type of spores. But in pteridophyte, few are heterosporous. In pteridophyte, few are heterosporous. Pteridophytes are also mostly homosporous, but few are heterosporous. Few are heterosporous, that is, they produce two types of spore. And in this case, Rixia and Funaria are bryophyte, they do not produce different types of spore. Pteris and Dryopteris fern, they are homosporous. Dryopteris homosporous, but Selaginella heterosporous. But the last combination, both members, that is Selaginella as well as Salvinia, they are heterosporous, exclusively heterosporous. Selaginella and Salvinia are heterosporous, that is, they produce two different types of spores. Heterosporous. And heterospore is originated from the Selaginella. It is originated already from the Selaginella. Walking fern. Fern is a member of pteridophyte, and adiantum is regarded as walking fern. Why it is walking fern? Actually, on their leaves there is a bud. When it comes in contact with the soil surface, it develops into new plant. So in entire area, adiantum spreads. Entire area, adiantum is spread by its bud on leaf, and it is a creeping structure. So walking fern, answer is adiantum. Horsetail, that is, I have already told, horsetail like structure you have seen in Equisetum 11th NCERT. You will see plant Equisetum. This is Equisetum plant, and this is its base. And basal portion is known as rhizome. The basal portion is known as rhizome. And it has number of nodes. It has number of nodes. From these nodes, branches arise. From these nodes, branches arise. And at the top, a spore producing structure is present. At the top, spore producing structure is present. This structure looks like, that is, entire plant looks like tail of horse. This is spore producing structure, that is strobilus. This is called strobilus, spore producing structure, strobilus. And this name of this particular plant is Equisetum. Name of this plant is Equisetum, and Equisetum is member of Sphenopsida. It's a member of Sphenopsida. These are the 4 classes of pteridophytes: Silopsida, Lycopsida, Sphenopsida, Pteropsida. Ferns are member of Pteropsida. Ferns are the members of Pteropsida, whereas horsetail are equisetum. Horsetail are equisetum. This is its picture, a diagram here. It is also called horsetail. It's a member of Sphenopsida class. It's a member of Sphenopsida class. Aquatic plant which can use as biofertilizer. In these, actually, a plant whose name is Azolla. It is aquatic pteridophyte. Azolla. Azolla. In Azolla fronds, that is their leaves. In the fronds of Azolla, frond, that is for the leaf. I have already mentioned it is aquatic pteridophyte. Aquatic pteridophyta. Aquatic pteridophyta. In their fronds, a blue-green algae is present. A BGA, blue-green algae or cyanobacteria. And its name is Anabaena azole. Anabaena azole. And this algae or cyanobacteria, it has heterocyst in which nitrogenase enzyme is present. In this structure, nitrogenase enzymes are present. And this enzyme is concerned with the reduction of atmospheric nitrogen. So, because of presence of Anabaena azole, Azolla has stored nitrogenous compound. So, it is served as source of nitrogen. If Azolla fronds are taken in pieces and spread in a field, they will serve as a source of nitrogen to the soil. So, it is used as biofertilizer. So, answer is Pteridophyta. In Pteridophyta, this member, that is Azolla, it is used as biofertilizer. Why? It has a cyanobacteria Anabaena azole that is responsible for the reduction of atmospheric nitrogen. Then Pteropsida, this is already I have mentioned, it is for the fern. All these are correct. These are all ferns. Dryopteris, Pteris and Adiantum. And ferns are known for their macrophylls. Leaves are larger. In ferns, leaves are larger. They are macrophylls. Macrophyllous. Second, they are homosporous. They are homosporous as well. So, macrophylous, homosporous. 40th question. Gymnosperm and angiosperm. Gymnosperm and angiosperm. They have a common word, sperma. Gymnosperm and angiosperm. They have a common word, that is sperma. And sperma means seed. These two plants are seed bearing plant or spermatophyte. These two are seed bearing plant or spermatophyte. Both these are spermatophyte, that is seed bearing plant. These are seed bearing plant are spermatophyte. But in gymnosperm, seed is naked or unprotected. Naked or unprotected seed. In angiosperm, it is protected well inside the fruit. Gymnosperm produces naked seed, whereas angiosperm produces protected seed. Seed is present inside the fruit in angiosperm, whereas gymnosperm, they do not produce fruits. Gymnosperms do not produce. They do not produce fruits, but they produce seed. So here first two answers are automatically cancelled because Selaginella does not form seeds. Similarly, Equisetum. Now answer is in these two. Now in this case you should be very clear about the classification. Cycas is kept under gymnosperm. Mangifera indica is mango, it is a angiosperm. So both produce seed. Gymnosperm, that is Cycas is gymnosperm, it produces naked seed. It produces naked seed, that is unprotected seed. Naked or unprotected seed, whereas angiosperm produces protected seed and their seed is well inside the fruit. They do not form fruit. Here the answer is now very clear, that is Cycas, member of gymnosperm, they form seed but not fruit. Sequoia, a giant tree of plant kingdom. Sequoia is giant tree of plant kingdom. It's a member of gymnosperm, tallest gymnospermic tree. Height is roughly 3902 to 400 feet. Height of this plant 390 to 400 feet approximate. Sequoia sempervirens. It is also called coast redwood of California. Coast redwood of California. So answer clear cut now. Gymnospermic tree, tallest tree of plant kingdom. In angiosperm, tallest is eucalyptus. In angiosperm, tallest is eucalyptus. Question number 42. Gametophyte do not have independent existence or independent. They form gametophyte. Actually, this question is related with the gymnosperm and angiosperm. Gymnosperm and angiosperm both form gametophyte but extremely reduced gametophyte. Both produce extremely reduced gametophyte and it is not independent. It is not independent. So see from this list which one is the member of either of the two. Equisetum is Selaginella is pteridophyte. It has independent gametophyte as Prothallus. Equisetum is pteridophyte, same as Selaginella. Funaria moss, it has well developed gametophyte and highly developed in case of plant kingdom, and the reduced gametophyte is produced by the gymno and angiosperm in both the cases, and Pinus is the member of gymnosperm. Pinus is member of gymnosperm, that is in them 3 to 4 celled male gametophyte is formed. 3 to 4 celled, hardly 3 to 4 celled. Male gametophyte is formed. This is for the male gametophyte, and multi-celled, that is not very large number of cells but multi-celled structure, female gametophyte. Female gametophyte. but they are present well inside. Female gametophyte is present inside the sporophyte only. And you have listened or studied, I think, this structure. This is female gametophyte of angiosperm, 7-celled, 8-nucleated. 7-celled, 8-nucleated. This is the female gametophyte. See, hardly 7-celled and 8-nucleated in angiosperm. So my answer is Pinus. That is, Pinus is known for production of extremely reduced gametophyte. Pinus as well as any gymnosperm or any angiosperm. 43rd, incorrect pair. Fruits are formed by angiosperm only, not by gymnosperm. So here the only option is that is Mangifera is member of angiosperm and it forms true fruits. So this is correct. Then Azolla is pteridophyte. It is not an angiospermic plant, it is pteridophytic plant. Cycas is gymnospermic plant and it has corallide root. This is correct answer. This is correct answer. And Pinus is known for the mycorrhizic root. So here the incorrect pair is Azolla because it is a member of pteridophyte. It is a member of pteridophyte. Mangifera is member of angiosperm. This is member of angiosperm. Whereas Pinus is member of gymnosperm. Pinus is member of gymnosperm. And Azolla is member of pteridophyte. Pteridophyta belongs to pteridophyta. Here option says angiosperm. That's why the incorrect pair is second one. Blue-green algae. It is associated with the corallide root of Cycas. This is Cycas tree. This is Cycas tree and it is the base. And Cycas tree leaves are crowded towards apex only. That is unbranched tree. Cycas tree is unbranched and it just like a coconut tree, elongated tree, crowded leaves are crowded towards apex. And at the base, normal root is present inside the soil, whereas at the surface of soil you see dull blue color, dull white color, not blue, dull white colored roots are present. Dull white colored roots are present at the base of this tree. These roots are called corallide root. And within these root, algal zone is present. These are called corallide root and in them Anabaena cycadi is present. Anabaena cycadi is present and that is responsible for the nitrogen reduction in them. That is concerned with the nitrogen reduction in them. This is most correct answer. Though in the thallus of Anthoceros nostoc is present. In some in Anthoceros thallus, well, in the thallus of Anthoceros, nostoc as BGA is present. So there are two answers here, third and fourth both. Third answer is also right and fourth one is also right. But this is not mentioned in your NCERT. So absolutely correct answer, if we have only one choice, then answer is Cycas. Double fertilization. This is pollen tube and within pollen tube two male gametes are present These are the two male gametes in pollen tube, and in angiospermic plant, this is female gametophyte. This is female gametophyte. This is egg cell. And these two are the two polar nuclei. These two are the two polar nuclei. Egg cell is at the base and two polar nuclei are also there. Adjacent to egg cell, synergids are present. These are the synergids. These are the synergids. And towards opposite side, antipodal cells are present. Towards opposite side, antipodal cells are present. This is 7-celled, 8-nucleated female gametophyte. 7-celled, 8-nucleated female gametophyte. Known as embryo sac. Known as embryo sac. Up see. Now let's see. Both male gamete participate in fertilization. This one male gamete fuses with the egg cell. One male gamete fuses with the female gamete, that is egg cell, so results in the formation of zygote. Whereas second male gamete fuses with these two polar nuclei. These two polar nuclei first of all fuse together to form secondary nucleus. Then one of the male gamete fuses with them. So total 3 structures are fused, known as triple fusion. This is called triple fusion. Whereas this one is known as syngamy. This is called syngamy. That is, both male gametes are involved in fertilization. One is in syngamy, that is true fertilization. Other one is in triple fusion. One fertilization is syngamy, second fertilization is triple fusion. Both are collectively known as double fertilization. And this is seen angiosperms only. So double fertilization is characteristic feature of angiosperm. Gymnosperm, they too have two male gametes in their pollen tube, but only one participates in fertilization. So as far as gymnosperm concerned, single fertilization, but for angiosperm, double fertilization is their specific feature. Double fertilization. And double fertilization was studied first by Navashkin and Grignard. Double fertilization was studied first by Navashkin and Grignard from Fritillaria and Lilium plant. Term double fertilization was given by Navashkin, and the process of double fertilization was studied first in Fritillaria, and second plant is Lilium. That's all for the kingdom Plantae. Thank you.